Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. It's me, Dr. Mansoor Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Kohat University of Science and Technology. The course which is assigned to me is Analytical Chemistry 2 with the course code Chem 362. Today I am going to deliver my 25th lecture, which is based on soil and its composition. This slide shows the outline of today's lecture, which will cover a brief introduction about soil and its composition. It also includes soil formation profile. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the various layers of soil, and finally we will also discuss about the color and texture of soil. So these are the four important outlines that will be included in our today's lecture. So the first one is introduction. It means that what is soil? Actually, the study of soil is called pedology, which is derived from a Greek word. Pedon means soil or earth. So that's why the study of soil is bring under a terminology which is known as pedology. Now, what is pedology all about? Pedology takes into account, number one, factors and process of soil formation. It also deals with the soil characteristics, and also it deals with the distribution of different soil types. So what is definition of the soil? So definition of the soil is very much important. So the first terminology in soil is the question arise that what is soil. So soil can be defined as the solid material on the earth's surface that result from the interaction of weathering and biological activity on the parent material or underlying hard rock. So this part of the soil, this part of the earth is called soil, which consists of which is formed due to weathering, biological activity and parent material underlying the hard rock. So this portion of the earth is called soil. Now the question is, what is the basic unit of soil? Or this is also known as soil profile. A soil profile is a vertical cross section of a soil. So if we see the cross section, the vertical cross section of soil, then it is called basic unit of soil or soil profile. It is divided into a number of distinct layers referred to as horizon. So the term horizon basically refer to layer of soil. So soil can be divided into three layers, also known as horizon. So the first one is topsoil, which is the uppermost layer of the soil. This is also known as a horizon. The second layer is known as subsoil. This is the middle layer of the soil, and it is also known as B horizon. The third layer is known as subsoil, which is the last layer, and it is also known as B horizon. This is known as C horizon. This is the structure of topsoil, which is A horizon, subsoil, which is B horizon, and so basic unit of soil include the horizon may be further subdivided into different layer. For example, the A horizon is divided into number 1 leaf litter, fermenting leaf litter, humus, alluvial, etc., etc. Now, the next important terminologies in our today's lecture is soil formation factors. It means that which factors are responsible for the formation of soil. There are 5 soil formation factors which are responsible for the soil formation. So the first one is parent material, second one is climate, third one is organism, which include vegetation, fauna and soil biota, fourth one is relief, landforms and topography, and the final one is time. So these are the 5 factors which are very much important, which are very much important for the soil formation, or we can say the soil formation affected by these 5 factors. So the first one is parent material. This is the material from which the soil has developed. This is basically the mother material from which the soil formation takes place. Parent material vary from solid rock to deposit like alluvium and boulder clay. It has been defined as the initial state of the soil system. The parent material can influence color, texture, mineral composition, permeability, drainage of the soil. This soil has developed an old red sandstone and so has derived its distinctive color from its parent material. The second important factor which is responsible for soil development is climate. It is the most important factor as soils produced from the same parent material under different climate contrast. So with a change in climate, the formation, the composition of the soil will change. Climate governs the rate and type of soil formation. The main determinant, it is the main determinant of vegetation distribution. Soil climate has two major components: moisture, precipitation, and temperature influencing evaporation. When precipitation exceeds evaporation, leaching of the soil will occur. But if temperature determines the rate of reactions, chemical and biological decay, withering and humidification. So this shows that this slide shows the importance of climate change during the formation of soil formation. The third one is organisms, vegetation, fauna and microbes. Organisms influencing soil development range from microscopic bacteria to large animals including man. Microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi assist in the decomposition of plant litter. This litter is mixed into the soil by microorganisms, also known as soil animals such as worms and beetles. Soil horizons are less distinct when there is much soil organism activity takes place. Higher plant influence the soil in many ways. The nature of the soil humus is determined by the vegetation cover and resultant litter inputs. Roots contribute dead roots to the soil, bind soil particles together and can redistribute and compress soil. So that's why vegetation, fauna and microbes are very much important for soil developments. The fifth factor is time. Time is also very important for soil formation. Soil develops very slowly. In Britain, it takes about 40 years for 1 mm of soil to develop because the temperature is very cold out there. Young soil retain many of the characteristics of the parent material. Over time, they acquire other features resulting from the addition of organic matter and the activity of organisms. The soils of Britain are relatively young because they are largely post-glacial. They pass through a number of stages as they develop, resulting in a deep profile with many will differentiate horizons. This slide shows the soil forming factors. Now the soil forming factors are different and can be divided into the following 5 categories. The first one is weathering, second one is decomposition and humidification, third one is leaching, fourth one is translocation, and finally capillary action. The first one is weathering. This refers to the breakdown and decomposition of rock and mineral by factors including air, water, sun and frost. Physical weathering involves continual breakdown of rocks into smaller and smaller particles. Chemical weathering involves alteration of the chemical composition of rock minerals. The second one is decomposition and humidification. Decomposition is the breakdown of plant derived material into its simpler organic constituents. This is accomplished by enzymes, earthworms, mites and other organisms. Humidification is the breakdown of plant remains leading to the formation of different type of humus. Mole humus develops under the deciduous woodland, where base-rich plant remains are actively broken down by a prolific soil biota. Moderate humus is intermediate between moor and mole. Moor humus usually develops beneath conifers, woodland or heather woodland under cool, wet climatic condition. The third one is capillary action, where evaporation exceeds precipitation, moisture moves upward within the soil profile by capillary action. It is therefore in the reverse direction to leaching. In Britain, precipitation generally exceeds evaporation. As a result, capillary action in Britain and British soil rarely occur apart from in very sandy soil. The fourth one is leaching. Wherever rainfall exceeds evaporation and there is free downward movement of the water through the soil pore system, soluble minerals are leached or removed from the soil profile. Continual leaching tends to impoverish the upper mineral horizons by removal of basic cations. Cations are ions having a positive electrical charge, for example calcium +2. Leaching most active in steady soil with high porosity and is least in fine textured soil such as clays which have restricted pore species. The last one is translocation. The movement of material in solution or suspension from one horizon to another is referred to as translocation. The upper mineral horizon losing the material is the alluvial or E horizon. This is where maximum leaching or alluviation takes place. The E horizon near the surface of podzol is a good example of an alluvial horizon. The lower horizon gaining the material is alluvial horizon, often a subsoil or B horizon. Another important parameter which is included in this lecture is soil color. Generally, soil color is determined by the amount of organic matter and the state of the iron. Soil color is also related to soil drainage, with free draining well, aerated soil with pore space dominated by oxygen having rich brown color. In contrast, poorly draining soil, often referred to as glaze, develop under an aerobic condition. The pore space dominated by water and have grey or blue-grey color. Soils with periodic waterlogging are imperfectly drained and are often highly mottled with blotches of contrasting color. Mortars are often rusty in color and are due to iron concentration. The last terminology is soil texture. Soil texture is a term used to describe the distribution of the different size of mineral particles in a soil. If the iron is released in an aerobic environment, then it says in the reduced state, giving it to a grey-blue color of waterlogged soil. Soil clad and right above is dense with a poor texture and leads to a poor structure if badly managed. Due to continual compaction, it is blue-gray in color due to low oxygen condition. It is poor environment for root development. Soil clad on left has been well managed and is relatively loose with ample pore space for good healthy root development. Thank you so much for your patience.